Understanding design in Centralpoint. Let's start with a blank palette. And within the client console, you have a module in the design area called Styles. The Styles module allows you to control different designs for different sites. You might have an enterprise with many sites or one site. So we start with the perimeter of your site. This would be the background area where you might see the background color or background image behind your site. Here we have a perimeter top, bottom, left, and right. Typically we'll make these percentage based so it shrinks. Now in the center window we have a top header, bottom, left, and right margins. So it's kind of a square. And these areas can, expand, contract. And typically with a home page, kind of in a wireframe, we'll see in the header of the site items like a search object, search the site, or a logo for your company. In the home page, we might see featured news or featured ad zones. We might even have ad zones showing in the perimeter of the site. So we break it up into these pieces, which can be easily managed in styles. We also have to consider the media queries, because when mobile devices ask for the site, we might need to show it a little bit smaller or in a different parameter. So we're able to set these media queries. So that represents your design. Now, a big part of design is your navigation. And navigation in Centralpoint is really your starting point. It's where everything originates from. A navigation page could just be an ordinary web page, just some ad hoc page you want to post to your site. So if you tag it to the right area in the navigation, it'll appear there. A navigation item might point to a module, and a module is a collection of records. You'll find these under the content section of your client console. So wherever we have a grouping of records like news or staff members or policies, we'll contain those in a module. A navigation item might link to an internal link within your website, a page that's already in your site. It might link to a outside website. You might want to click on that and have them send them to another site. It might even link to a form. So the whole spine or sitemap of your site is controlled by this navigation. Navigation is n-tiered. This means you can have multiple layers or levels. So you can have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So navigation is very deep. It also considers the roles that you tag it. So the role of one user might be different than another, which means that they might see a completely different navigation based on how you've tagged these. They might have to log in before they'll see certain options. So we'll take a look at an enterprise, and within an enterprise you might have many different sites. Now the nice thing about Centralpoint is you can share these designs across multiple sites. You can determine that one site might have its own design, and this allows you to reuse these tools across your entire enterprise. Finally, just to recap, a site within Centralpoint is made up of three core components. Your styles record, that's under the design section. Your home page, which is under the site architecture. And the navigation.